Hello, Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Vilestone City, where the Trevita Cascade have come all the way from the Orange Islands to take on the Vilestone Combat. Klawitza and Golduck starting out for the Trevita Cascade, Surfetched and Toxicroak starting out for the Vilestone Combat. Make sure to let us know who you think is going to win today's battle in the comments below. 6-on-6 metronome battle. Toxicroak starting out for the Vilestone Combat. Comes out with a Mega Kick. Doing a great deal of damage to Golduck. Great start to the battle for the combat. Their attack stats are overall being 119.1, one of the highest average stats in all of the Elite Challenge League. Surfetched coming in with the lock on. Surfetched attack stat being 135 and 106 for Toxicroak. Klawitza with the metronome. Comes in with the Dragon Claw. Goes straight for Toxicroak. Good way to chip away at the Pokemon. Trevita Cascade having nice balance, having no Pokemon with a base stat of less than 500. And no retreat from Toxicroak, going to boost those stats nicely. One of the most brilliant moves in all of the Elite Challenge League. Raising that attack, raising that defense, special attack, special defense, and its speed. Just can't escape from the battle. I think that's a happy trade-off for Toxicroak. Golduck going with a Recycle. Unfortunately, it fails. Klawitza having that special attack of 120. Golduck having 95 for its special attack. Super power coming in with Klawitza. Still targeting Toxicroak. Not very effective, unfortunately. And it will lower its own attack. Its own attack not being very high at 73 as it is. Toxicroak going for the Rock Slide. Goes for both Pokemon, that's always beneficial. Does a fair amount of damage. Putting Golduck in the red and Klawitza in the yellow. Discharge coming from Golduck. Attacks all Pokemon and almost takes out its own Klawitza, probably leaving it with about 1 HP left. Klawitza now being paralysed as well. That's not good for the Trevita Cascade. Sweet Kiss coming from Surfetched. Golduck's now confused. And a flinch for Klawitza. That's not good for the Trevita Cascade at all. As always, we have our Google Doc in the section down below. Links to the ladder, fixture, stats, and roster. Brutal swing coming from Klawitza. Takes out both Golduck and Klawitza. Sorry, I think I said Toxicroak then. It's a great start for the Vilestone Combat, taking out 2 Pokemon at once. Hopefully Surfetched can boost its stats right now. Goes for a Dragon Tail. Would have sent the Pokemon back into the party. Also, we have our Instagram page in the section below. Check there for updates. Wailord coming out for Trevita Cascade, as well as Gyarados. Gyarados having that 125 attack stat. Wailord having the HP of 170. That Intimidate lowering the boosted attack stat of Toxicroak, and lowering Surfetched attack as well. Toxicroak still with the speed advantage over the Trevita Cascade. Goes with the Clear Smog. Targeting Gyarados. Decent amount of damage again. No stat changes had happened to Gyarados as it is. Gyarados responding with a Sand Tomb. Goes for Surfetched, however. Surfetched will continue to take damage for a number of turns from that. Get an Arm Thrust from Surfetched. Doesn't do a great deal of damage to the Wailord. Wailord bringing on the Hail. This is going to impact all Pokemon on the field. They're going to take damage in between turns. Just hopefully it works to Trevita Cascade's advantage. Toxicroak holding quite strong after having done that damage to Klawitza and Golduck. Both Toxicroak and Surfetched are in the yellow. Surfetched taking a decent amount of damage from that Sand Tomb in between turns as well. Toxicroak going with the laser focus. Hopefully he can back that up with something strong. Stealth Rock from Gyarados to lay them out on the field for any incoming Pokemon on the Veilstone combat. Psybeam now coming from Sirfetch'd. Still targeting Wailord. Wailord's holding strong though, still in the green. Goes with a revenge from Wailord, targeting Toxicroak. Have to think it might have been better if it had targeted Sirfetch'd. Toxicroak now finally being put in the red. Don't see Sirfetch'd lasting too much longer. That Sand Tomb hitting Sirfetch'd again. But it holds on with about 8 HP left. Toxicroak and Sirfetch'd both in the red. Hopefully this spell's good for the Trevita Cascade. Get a Screech coming from Toxicroak. Gyarados being one of 3 Pokemon with a 540 base stat on the Trevita Cascade. Others being Kingdra and Milotic. Maybe we'll see those 2 today. Get that Splash from Gyarados, just insult to injury after it's been able to evolve from a Magikarp. Heal Pulse from Sirfetch'd. It's going to go after Gyarados by the looks of it. Just what Gyarados needs too. Boosting its HP back to full. Not good for Veilstone combat, however. Get that Sweet Saint coming from Wailord. Sirfetch'd having its evasiveness lowered. Don't see it lasting past this turn, however. Toxicroak should hold on. 20 HP left. Not much time left for it, however. Sirfetch'd has been eliminated. That's the first one gone from the Veilstone combat. Coming onto the field for the combat, we have Lucario. Those pointed stones are sticking to the steel fighting type Pokemon. Toxicroak's still holding that speed advantage on the field. Goes with Softball. This is a great time for that to happen. Boost that much needed HP. Lucario now, Veilstone combat with that speed advantage. Goes with a Dragon Tail. Hitting Gyarados, does decent damage putting in the yellow. And it'll bring Milotic out into the field. Wailord with the Power Trip. Goes for Lucario. Doesn't do a great deal of damage though, not very effective. And being justified, Lucario's attack will rise. As always, hidden abilities going to the home team, regular abilities going to the away team. Everyone's still taking damage from that hail. An Endeavour coming from Toxicroak would have been more beneficial when it had that low HP stat, not doing as much as it would like to Wailord. Circle Throw coming from Lucario. That will finish the job though. Wailord has been eliminated. Those attack and special attack stats of Lucario 110, 115 respectively. Crush Claw coming from Milotic onto Toxicroak, just as the hail stops. Milotic having that special attack of 100, special defense of 125. Gyarados coming back out onto the field. That Intimidate will lower those very powerful attack stats of Lucario and Toxicroak. That power split coming from Toxicroak. Does it with Gyarados. No, probably not the most beneficial thing for it to share its power with Gyarados. It's good for the Trevita Cascade. That's the luck of the draw sometimes with a Metronome battle. That Will-O-Wisp hitting Milotic should not be very effective, but it doesn't do any damage, but it will burn Milotic. Acupressure from Gyarados. Boost that defense. Milotic now, follow that up. Goes with a Dragon Tail. We've seen this already in this battle. Somebody's going back into the party. It's Toxicroak. Now coming out with the Pseudo-Legendary Kommo-o. Highest base stat on all of the Vilestone combat of 600. Signature move of Clanging Scales. Maybe we'll see that today. Water Shuriken coming from Lucario, signature move of Greninja. One Pokemon that was voted higher than Lucario in the 2020 most popular Pokemon. Kommo-o going with the Freeze Dry. It's going to want to target Gyarados, I think, and it does. And that's it. Gyarados has been eliminated by the super effective move. Great start for Kommo-o, who has some very impressive stats. 4 of which being above 100. Its attack, defense, special attack, and special defense. With its regular defense being 125. And its regular attack being 110. That burn still unfortunately affecting Milotic. Last Pokemon now coming out for the Trivita Cascade. It's the evolution Vaporeon. All evolutions are actually in the Elite Challenge League on their type teams respectively. Vaporeon going to bring in that HP stat of 130 and that special attack of 110. Torment hits Vaporeon. Won't let it use Metronome on the next turn. Be using Struggle instead, and we see a Seismic Toss from Kommo-o. It's going to get that stab boost, being the Fighting Dragon. Get a rollout from Milotic, targeting Lucario. Doesn't do a great deal of damage though, not being very effective. Vaporeon with a Dragon Pulse. Will it tag at Kommo-o? Looks like it's going for Lucario. Won't get that super effective hit. Instead gets it not very effective. Milotic again being hurt by that burn. Slowly chips away at it. Very elegant water Pokemon. Suffering there from the burn. Lance Wrath coming from Lucario. Targets both Pokemon. Won't be very effective though, both being water types. Just doing regular damage. Fury Swipes now coming from Kommo-o. Can land all 5, it could do some decent damage to Vaporeon. We've got 3. We've got 4. It hits all 5. That rollout followed up again by Milotic. A little bit more power, but still not very effective. It's not going to do much. Vaporeon's going to use that Struggle. This actually might end it for Vaporeon. Holds on though. It's in the red. That Torment is coming back to haunt Vaporeon. Vilestone combat. Only having lost 1 Pokemon in the entire battle so far. This is not good for the Trivita Cascade. But a self-destruct from Lucario when they've got such a strong advantage. Lucario has taken itself and Vaporeon out of the battle. Such a crucial time. Vaporeon has been eliminated. Trivita Cascade down to their last Pokemon. Vilestone combat. Kommo-o out on the field. Goes with the Shell Sidearm. This could finish it right here. And it has. Trivita Cascade have been wiped out. Milotic has been eliminated. And after losing only 2 Pokemon, Vilestone combat walk away with the victory. Unbelievable. Hopefully they can follow up that impressive momentum when they go to Santaloon City next week to take on the Swarm. Trivita Cascade being having the highest rating of all the teams in the league. Gotten off to a bad start in the ECL. Hopefully next week when they host the Cinnabar Flare they can do much better. Unbelievable performance by Cinnabar Combat though. That attack stat coming in great advantage as they just dissected all of the Trivita Cascade. Cascade really only taking out one of the combat being Surfetched, with Lucario being the only other elimination for the combat, eliminating itself and Vaporeon in the process. Nidorinos, as always, thank you so much for watching. You are awesome. Don't forget that. And I will speak to you guys next time. Awesome finish to this battle. Shell Sidearm from Kommo-o gives the victory to the Vilestone combat. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you guys next time.